Hello everyone, this is RVer Frank, having some RV fun, and I have some tips here. If you've read any of the RV forums and talked to some of the experts, you'll find that one of the most important power-related functions for an RV in terms of diagnostic would be your surge protector, and that's installed either as part of your motorhome as a factory installed unit, or it will be one that you purchase and plug in at the pedestal when you hook up at the campground. One thing that you want to make sure with the surge protector is to get one that has the polarity checks and so on and so forth. But when it comes to voltage, you're never going to know what voltage. That surge protector is going to make sure that you're protected from over voltage. But under voltage can be a real big problem on some of these RV parks. Now, what I purchased was a polarity check and a volt check. Right now I'm running my APU and it's showing 118 volts. If I put the AC on, I'll put the fan on, and there's no voltage drop. I'll go ahead and switch to the AC, and you can see the fluctuation based on the current demands that occur. Now, I just got through staying in a RV resort in Phoenix, or actually Mesa, Arizona. Real nice facility. It's one of those where there's all kinds of park models, and they park RVs amongst the park models. And I found that it was around noon, after hooking up in the morning, arriving in the morning, around noon, their voltage dropped to 108 volts, sometimes dropped to 107. And as soon as I happened to see that on this this meter, I turned off my AC. If you operate actually any appliances, equipment under voltage, you'll heat up the motor and you'll burn it out, especially the air conditioners here on these RVs. I went through quite a deal with the park. I wound up getting 2 days reimbursed, and we hung out there running the generator until evening, and then the power demands for the park reduced, and it relieved some. It was hot. It was about 95 degrees, and by evening, maybe 7, 8 o'clock, temperatures relieved some of the stress on their electrical system, and the max voltage at that point around 8 was 115, and I could kick on the fan and the AC for the RV. In the morning, their park was up to about 119. Now, I stayed at a couple other RV parks, and the voltage there was 119 to 121. So be careful where you go. Consider if they're maxed out in terms of occupancy at these parks. There's going to be, and it's hot or cold, because everyone will throw on those electric heaters. You could see a voltage drop, and if you're running your AC, you'll burn it out. Guarantee you'll have problems with that AC unit. Now, another little device I got here tells me what my battery voltage is, and this is a simple little meter here that I keep visible, so at any time I see my batteries may be running low, they won't drop beyond the safe voltage limit and incurring damage on the battery. So anyway, those are 2 meters that I have visible throughout using the RV. See, we're down to 117. That can fluctuate. So anyway, I hope that helps. Again, don't underestimate this as an important aspect to monitor. Surge is one thing. That's surge for overpower or over voltage. Under voltage, you'll find most parks don't understand what you're talking about if you start to question them. And the maintenance folks generally will check your amp at the pedestal, but they're not going to have a voltmeter to really know what the voltage being produced is. So you're going to have to insist on a voltage that's not going to be undercurrent to your minimum requirements. In our case, the most sensitive part would be the air conditioner. It's working the hardest. And you find maybe if your voltage without any draw, if it's around below 115, your air conditioner may have a hard time kicking on that startup phase. The problem is once it's running, if that current voltage continues to drop, the air conditioner will continue to run because it runs at a lower voltage demand while running as opposed to starting. So if your AC is running and that voltage continues to drop, your air conditioner motor will begin to overheat due to under voltage, and you may find not only that it'll become more inefficient, not produce the cold temperature you're looking for, but you very well could burn out your unit. Anyway, heads up, good luck, and hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks a lot.
I want you to get up and walk like a duck.
Me?
Yes.
I always walk like a duck. What are you talking about? Do the duck walk.
Hey, Molly, let's
Do the duck walk.
do the duck walk.